So the MiG-29SMT has been added to the game with its R-73s and R-27 ETs. Finally, a lot of people said that these missiles shouldn't be added to the plane itself, that the R-60s are just fine and amazing, and the US Tech Tree should get AIM-9Ms. And those are NATO players, by the way. So, is it really overpowered? No, actually the AIM-9M for me is a little bit more potent than the R-73 just because of that smokeless motor, just because you can launch it at extreme, well not extreme but pretty long ranges, and you can get a ton of kills using that like people won't even expect it. And well, the ECCM resistance is, well, good. I'm not going to say amazing, it's just good. It's not like it's on the dev server 100%, but yeah. Same thing with the R-73. R-73 can be flared quite easily, especially in furballs and all of that. However, this plane makes up for it using the, well, ETs, the extended thermal range R-27s, which are a blessing. You launch them at an extremely long range, you forget about them, they are close to Mach 6 in speed, they're really fast and extremely stealthy. But on the airframe of the SMT, well, you need to adjust your tactics. It doesn't have the same airframe as the 913 that we have in game. This plane is a lot heavier, doesn't get, well, upgraded engines or anything, so it's going to be, yeah, a flying boat in a sense. Actually, the F-16 in a dogfight will mop the floor with the SMT and will struggle against the 913 MiG-21. And I'm talking about the F-16C, by the way, the new one, or the D even. So you have that. So I adapted my playstyle a little bit. I used to be aggressive, all of that. Well, more like passive aggressive. I'm not like completely aggressive compared to a lot of players, but I adjusted my passive aggressiveness to, well, match the plane itself. I just stay stealthy, stay outside of the spotting range. I try to go as low as possible. I use 60 flares on this plane since it doesn't have a lot of countermeasures and I don't take any chaff. And I just fly low, spike people, know when to engage, and stay stealthy. As long as I stay stealthy, nobody can even touch me. I stay away from furballs, and you're going to see that in the next clip. And yeah, that's how this airplane is working out for me, at least. I know that a lot of other content creators will get like extreme with it, and it's going to work for them, but definitely not for me. R-73, a blessing. A real blessing, an absolute upgrade compared to the R-60M, and I adore it just because of that longer thrust in the air, which is something pretty cool and something pretty needed for the Russian tech troops, since the R-60Ms, well, you can launch them, what, at 1 kilometer away, maybe 1.2 kilometer if you're trying to secure the kill, and that's about it. Now, remember when I said that this plane is heavy? Check this out, and a little bit of a dogfight right here. Well, a little bit of a dogfight, a hint of a dogfight. I lose all of my energy, and I helped it out with the afterburner, but the turn time is not on point. The turn time is really struggling, and the I don't know, the nose doesn't want to pull, and you'll see that against like the regular, well, MiG-29 that I'm going to fight in the next clip. But this plane just loses a lot of energy, and when you lose a lot of energy, that AIM-9M that's newly added is going to smack you harder than anything else in the game. And your flares won't even help if you're at low speed. I cannot stress this enough again. Like, keep this plane grounded, keep it centered, always check your energy, try to stay close to Mach as much as possible, because if you don't, like I said, you're going to get smacked. Just like that MiG-29 right there. So, to be fairly honest, I'm kind of happy and disappointed about this plane at the same time, because the performance is a little bit lackluster. Right now the F-16 has better performance than this thing, like I said before, And yeah, it will really struggle, well, especially with the lower flare count that it gets. And this example right here, this is a game that I had. I tried to keep this plane at a really high speed, try to single out targets, and in here you can see the Yak 141. I launched the ET at him, and yeah, that plane is just going to die. He doesn't expect it at all. I see a horde of enemy players coming towards me, so what I do, I extend. It's really easy. I don't want to get into the dogfight. It's going to be gruesome. It's going to be a death sentence for me, and I cannot tell you how many times I died because of it. At the in the distance, I can see an F-14. F-16 is running away from him. Probably he's losing the dogfight or something like that. I lock him with the radar. Here's what I do on this plane. I didn't tell you this. I take the ET and the ER, which is absolutely fantastic. It gives you so much flexibility, and as you can see in here, I just smack the F-14 straight in the face, and it's pretty awesome, to be honest. Like, I have no complaints about this loadout. It's becoming my favorite loadout. I tried the R-73 loadout, didn't work for me that well. I tried the like regular loadout with 2 ERs and R-73s. It didn't work really well. So yeah, this is like a good loadout, a good centered loadout with BVR capabilities, with stealth, mid-range attacking capability with that ET that you get, and the R-73 is just for dogfights, and it absolutely slaps. In here, bunch of enemies. I go for the MiG-29. I don't want to deal with another MiG-29SMT trying to kill me. He's also distracted. He gets kaput. I turn the plane around, and I'm trying to go for those 2 planes. And in here, you're going to see the struggle with the with the MiG. I launch the missile, going for the F-16, and it doesn't go for him. I don't know why. Smacks the ground. Lock him up again. Send it. Well, going to send it, and a MiG-29 is behind me. That F-4S is hovering, and this is going to be a little bit dangerous for this situation. I only have 1 missile left. As you've seen, that F-16 tried to flare it. This thing from behind will slap you, dude. Like, this thing from behind, the ECCM on it is amazing. Log the MiG, send it, flares it pretty easily. This missile is not really good in head-ons, but like I said, from the back, it's pretty amazing. Another thing that I found out about this plane is it locks up, and there I really wanted to get a shot in that head-on, but I couldn't. And since I don't have any air-to-air missiles, I'm going dogfight mode. A MiG-29, that's the 913 regular MiG-29 coming in. Well, try to get into his circle, and look at that. My plane just literally doesn't want to pull up that nose, and you're going to see here I almost crashed. Like, I had to pull everything here to keep me from crashing. And you can see I cannot get my energy back because of the weaker engine on this airframe, or the airframe is heavier for this engine. So yeah, I end up dead. So is the MiG-29SMT overpowered? Absolutely not. It's perfectly balanced, especially against the F-16C and the other planes that we have in game.